Hey, it's Maddie.
And it's Caressa.
You're not watching the Disney Channel right now.
You're listening to
Dreadfully Twisted!
Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Dreadfully Twisted's
Twisted's
back again. Dreadfully Twisted's back. Tell your friends, and family.
And family. So silly. I am tired.
Again, I wish you guys could see us right now because we do like a little dance. She does a head swivel and I do like this little hand dance.
Like a... I'm tired. So not that any of you really care. And I just talked about it for like 15 minutes. But Jeremy proposed to me, so yay.
I'm so excited for her. That was probably really loud on the thing.
It really wasn't, actually.
It wasn't?
No,
okay, good.
It's not red.
I wasn't that close to the mic, so that's good.
It's good.
Yeah. I'm so excited for you.
So there's some happy news before we get into the sad stuff.
Yes, exactly.
There was another thing that I told you about.
Mm-hmm.
The Port Arthur massacre that my coworker told me about.
Yeah.
So my coworker told me, I forget, it was like a week ago. It was before Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. That he just like mentioned that the Port Arthur massacre changed Australia's gun laws. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was questioning. I was like, why was he allowed to buy a gun whenever Australia's gun laws are so strict? But that's why.
That's why.
So thank you.
But now
you didn't know.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you very much. I love whenever people like correct us. Like, please correct us.
Yes, please. Please. It's nice to.
Please give us information that we leave out anything. Like,
be like, hey, you got this wrong, or hey, you missed this. Like, it's very much appreciated.
Or, hey, you pronounced this wrong.
Oh my god, I forgot. Sorry. I'm a little crazy today. I forgot. We do have an announcement for things like that. So, if you want to correct us or talk to us or anything like that, send us your stories.
Give us suggestions.
We now have a group page on Facebook. It's called Dreadfully Twisted Podcast Discussion Group. The group is to talk about our podcast, Dreadfully Twisted, to tell us your stories that you would like us to share on our podcast, and to recommend us cases or ideas that you would like us to cover. We are hoping that this group makes it easier for you to send us your stories, or to contact us, or get in touch with us, and to, to talk amongst other listeners, or people who like true crime or whatever. So we're hoping, I don't know why I'm doing this with my hand. I have like my hand in the air. I don't know what I'm doing. But we have this group page on Facebook. So if you do want to correct us, or do you want to tell us anything, or do you want to talk about anything, please go to Dreadfully Twisted Podcast Discussion Group on Facebook. If you go to our Facebook page, Dreadfully Twisted Podcast, I posted it, so it should be along the feed there. So you can just go and click.
Yes.
And then you can hit join, and then we hope we can talk to you there.
We love you, so please do that. Please.
So if you want to correct us on anything, please go there. Please tell us, talk to us, all that stuff. And there's like two other things I wanted to mention. Did you hear about that lady that fell in the sinkhole?
Yeah, that's so sad.
That is so sad. She was from Unity Township in Westmoreland County, Pennsylvania, and she was looking for her cat. Her 5-year-old granddaughter was in the car, if you haven't heard about this. And she was walking, and a sinkhole happened, and she fell into it, and they found her this morning, and she unfortunately passed away. So my condolences to all of her family. It's very, very sad and very terrifying.
It is. It really is. Was her daughter with her, or was that another story?
That was her granddaughter.
Not like her granddaughter, but like an older daughter.
I don't think so.
Okay, that must have been another story, because I swear I heard something just like that not that long ago.
I was gonna say, I don't know, but because when I first heard about it, like 2 days ago, whenever it happened, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so scary because like all of our area is on top of mines. Like
Yeah.
my house is on top of a mine. So like it's so scary that can just happen. Like that's honestly like Final Destination stuff.
I know, it's terrifying, and it's so sad.
So scary, so sad, and I feel so bad. Are you looking up the other one?
Yeah.
See, so things like this that you guys hear or anything, that's also why we have the discussion group. So you can let us know, because we like to keep updated on topics, and I know some people like to hear some of the news that's going on and stuff. So also another reason why we have that. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired.
Hey, maybe I'm going crazy, but like I swear there was a case like
it probably was. It sounds familiar.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But there's one more thing. I sent you the TikTok on this. I'm not sure if you saw it or not. But that girl who was invited, or that girl who invited that guy into her apartment.
Yeah. Oh my God, I've seen those. Yeah.
So what happened here was this girl met a guy on an online dating website, and they were talking for a couple months, I believe. And then they went out for a date. And then after the date, like they both went home. And then he texted her saying he lost his keys to his apartment and asking to stay with her. And she was like, yeah, sure, whatever. So then she invites him into her house. And then he goes, like, she goes into her room and she locks the door.
Smart.
Which is very smart. And she locks the door, and he's sitting in the living room and he's sleeping or whatever going out there. And then he knocks on her door at like, I think like midnight, I think it was, asking for a charger. And she didn't open the door or unlock it. And she was like, there's one like on the kitchen counter. And then he was like, checked, quote unquote, checked. And then he went over there, I guess, and then came back and knocked on her door again. Was like, I can't find it. Can you come help me? And she was like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
He was like, no.
I think he was like, it wasn't working or something.
Yeah, he was like, it wasn't working, or he can't find it or something. And she was like, no, like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going back to sleep.
Smart.
So she doesn't open the door, and then all that stuff. But then he, at this point, is not stopping bothering her. Like, he keeps knocking on the door, trying to get in and all that stuff, asking her if he can come in, or asking her, like, all this stuff. And so she starts to feel like something's wrong. So then she calls the police, and then the police get him out of her apartment. And they're like, we need you to come out here and look at your apartment. And she was like, what? And then she walks out. Her whole entire apartment was covered in plastic with tools all around.
A whole Dexter scene in her house.
What in the psychopath is going on?
Literally, if she would have went out there to find the charger, she would have been dead.
Yeah. Or if he would have somehow broken into her door or whatever. Like, that's terrifying.
That is terrifying.
So never let anybody into your house.
Yeah, please don't. Unless they are family or friends.
Yeah, like, that's so scary.
Or animals that you take in.
Yeah. I don't know.
Not strangers. Or people that you just met on dating sites.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's some of the news that I saw that was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whenever I saw that story, I was literally like, oh my God. Like, this is terrifying.
Literally terrifying.
Like, some of the comments were on some of the videos were like, she let Dexter in her apartment. I'm like, yeah, but I don't think Dexter would just kill a random girl. Like, it would have to have a reason for it.
Yeah.
She would have to kill somebody at that point. But I'm just like, oh my God. But yeah.
That was terrifying.
That is so scary.
But yeah, so I was like looking for a case to do, and then this popped up. I don't remember what I looked up to find this, but I found it, and then I was like, I heard about this a long time ago, and I totally forgot about it because I remember that picture.
Are you talking about the one you texted me about yesterday?
Yeah.
Well, so this is the one that I thought that the Corpse Bride was based off of. But it's not. This is the one that guy at that parade said was based off the Corpse Bride. It's not based off of it, but it's very similar. It is similar, yeah. It is very similar, but it's not based off of it. So... But yeah, so that's this case that you're going to hear that I mentioned like forever ago.
Yeah, and whenever I was doing research, I'm like, okay, there's a lot of information. I'm like, okay, that wasn't as much information as I thought it was. So it's a two case.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, because I couldn't find too much on it either whenever I was looking it up. And I was like, I'm not going to cover this right now because I would have to like...
I found covered pretty much like the gist of everything, so I hope I got everything. If I don't, please tell us in the discussion group.
Yes, please. Go there.
Yes.
Go join.
Go join us. Okay, also if I mispronounce any of these words, I apologize. Or names.
Correct us in the discussion group.
Yes, in the discussion group. Or comment.
You're gonna hear us reiterate over and over again this discussion group.
Yes, join the discussion group.
Be more active, please.
Yes, please.
It helps.
We're begging for interaction. Okay. We ready?
I'm ready.
Deep breath. Let's just dive in because the first story is what is literally wrong with you.
Yeah.
And the second one is what is literally wrong with you, but it's also really sad. Yeah. I mean, this one's sad too. They're all sad. Literally every single case we covered, I think, was sad. But, I mean...
What was that? Scared me.
I do not know. Probably the cat getting
that
something.
Spooked me. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I got like 4 hours of sleep last night. Blame my dog.
Karl Tanzler was born February 8th, 1877 in Dresden, Germany. Also, this might have been the oldest case I might have covered. I don't know. I think, no, Dorothea Puente might have been before that. I'm not sure. But I haven't covered that many older cases.
I covered
I know.
A lot. Because I want to live in the olden times, but I really don't, though.
I want to start covering some older ones because I really haven't. Most of mine have been, more current ones, you know?
I told Jeremy the other day, I was like, I would want to live in the older times, 1800s, 1900s, but I really thought about it. I was like, no. I'm too high maintenance for that. Yeah. I can't.
And people also died from tuberculosis at this time, so they didn't have medicine.
I'm also not that high maintenance, but I'm I need to shower every day. Yeah. So, I would not survive. Yeah.
And I need my phone, so.
I don't need my phone. I could go without it.
I can go without it for a while, but I need it for safety. I always just feel safe with it.
I lose my phone on a daily basis. If I didn't have technology, I'd probably be happy.
Yeah.
Happier.
That's true.
Just because, I hate technology sometimes.
At the age of 10, he had a dream. In his dream... Okay, wait, let me reiterate that because he's had this dream multiple times, throughout his whole life. He keeps getting the same dream, which is really weird. But, the first one he had was at the age of 10. And in the dream, his late aunt showed him a dark-haired woman and told him that she was to be his true love.
That's cute.
That is.
If it wasn't going to go the way it goes.
Exactly.
It's cute.
Until it wasn't.
Until it's not, because it's...
Cute until it's not. That was the exact...
It's cute if it was reciprocated. Yeah. But it's not.
By 1914, he had traveled to India and Italy, but had settled for the time in Australia. He claimed to be a doctor, a boat builder, and an engineer. He boasted that he had received 9 different degrees. While in Australia, World War I began. Because Karl was a German citizen, he was placed in a concentration camp for his own well-being, in quotes. When the war ended in 1918, Karl was allowed to leave Australia, but was forbidden to return home to Germany. He was shipped to the Netherlands. Also, can't find why.
Was he still a part of the army or whatever?
Could be, yeah.
Because he could have got re-stationed somewhere else.
He was forbidden to return home to Germany.
That is very weird.
That is weird.
What did you do,
What
Carl?
did you do? What did you do?
What did you do?
If anyone knows, please tell us what he did in the discussion group.
Well, we know what he's going to do.
Exactly.
But what did you do this time?
Exactly. What did you
do
do
the same thing?
Get kicked out of your home country. What? Okay. He made his way back to Germany, where he met and married Doris Anna Schaefer in 1920. The couple had 2 children. Now, this is where the red flags start coming in. I mean, probably was a red flag that he got kicked out of his own country,
Yeah.
but I mean, this is when they really start coming in. Carl continued to travel without his family.
Such a great guy.
Yeah. He went to Cuba in 1926, and from there, he ended up in Florida. He decided to make America his home and sent for his family in Germany. The family settled in, also, if I pronounce this, sorry, it's hard. Talking is hard in several words.
It is.
Yeah. Zephyr Hills, Florida. But Carl...
You did great.
Huh?
You did great.
Thank you. I hope that's how you pronounce it.
Sounds right to me.
But Carl abandoned them within a year and moved to Key West, Florida.
Great guy.
Yeah. Just keep leaving your family, buddy. Buddy old pal.
Buddy old pal.
Definitely not a buddy old pal.
I was going to say he's not my pal.
No, definitely not. When Carl moved to America, he would sometimes go by Carl Tanzler von Kossel or Count von Kossel.
Whenever I saw that, I was just like, oh.
I know. I literally seen, I was like, who do you think you are, sir?
Do you think
Calm
you're like
down.
Dracula?
That's what I thought too.
Well, obviously,
Count Dracula.
Why call yourself that? Like, such a ridiculous.
Clearly, he was not a count. But he called himself one, so, okay, whatever floats your boat, I guess.
So funny.
He was, in fact, not a doctor either.
Of course. I mean, guys, those 9 degrees he said he got were fake.
Oh, yeah. This is whenever it goes even more downhill. He met the dark-haired girl of his literal dreams in 1930. She was a 20-year-old by the name of Maria Elena Milagro. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Milagro. De Hoyos Mesa. That is a long name. It's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Tanzler was 53 years old at this point. Just an FYI.
And how old was she?
20.
Ugh.
Yeah. Elena de Hoyos was born on July 31st, 1909 in Key West, Florida. Her father was a cigar maker and her mother stayed at home to take care of the couple's 3 daughters. The family also came to America from Cuba. Elena married Louis Mesa when she was 16 years old, but the marriage dissolved when Elena trigger warning, miscarriage. So if you want to skip 5 seconds, now's your time. She was diagnosed... Oh, sorry. Now's not your time. I'm sorry. I totally skipped a whole entire
It's
part.
okay, I can cut that part out.
Okay, trigger warning, miscarriage. Yeah. But the marriage dissolved when Elena miscarried the couple's first child.
Just so sad.
I know. Louis left Elena and she moved to Miami, Florida.
Like, he acts like it's her fault.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if it's Louis or Louis, because it's pronounced both ways.
He's kind of a terrible person for leaving her.
Yeah, exactly. So, who cares? Louis, whatever you are.
Sorry.
Whatever you are.
Sorry, that might have been a little bit harsh, but, like, that's just so rude to leave somebody after that. Like,
I know.
They just went through a traumatic experience. You're just like, okay, I'm going to leave you now. Like, what is wrong with you?
Exactly.
Unless there's other reasons, then that's fine. But, like...
Yeah. But, like, that's wrong. On April 22nd, 1930, Elena was taken by her mother to the Marine Hospital in Key West. She was diagnosed with tuberculosis, which at that time usually proved fatal because they didn't have the medicines and such. Carl was an unpopular radiological technician. I can't believe I pronounced that. At the Marine Hospital, but he was good at his job. He believed that Elena was the woman that was brought to him in his childhood dream. Carl convinced the hospital to let him care for Elena in her home. he borrowed, often without the consent or knowledge of the hospital.
I just think that's so crazy. Like,
Equipment.
let me take care of her in her home.
I know.
I'm just a radiological, whatever that word is.
Yeah.
Technician.
Radiological.
Like, he's not even a doctor.
I know, and
you're just kind of like, yeah, go ahead. You can take care of this woman in her home. It's fine.
And he was taking equipment from the hospital. He literally took equipment, drugs, and even an X-ray machine. And
how do you leave the hospital with an X-ray machine?
Like, I'm just gonna sneak right past you.
Oh my god!
I have no idea.
How did he get away with this?
I have no idea. How is this real? It sounds like a whole movie.
Like it's just like
I know. Like, how is this person real? I have no idea. He brought them to Elena's home. He concocted his own medicines and used electroshock therapy, all in effort to heal his new love. In quotes.
Ooh, you're married and you have 2 kids.
I know. I was thinking that the entire time, like, poor them, first of all.
Yeah, like poor wife.
And why would you marry someone and, like, after, like, if you're waiting for, like, this person of your dreams with dark hair or something, why would you marry someone who wasn't? Like, wasn't of that description, you know? Like, why? It doesn't make any sense.
Crazy.
He also bought Elena gifts and proposed to her every day. Every day. Elena did not feel the same about Carl and refused to marry him. He did, however, build a relationship with Elena's parents. Elena died on October 25th, 1931, and Carl asked permission from her parents to pay for the funeral and have a mausoleum built for her in the local cemetery. The De Hoyos were a poor family, so they allowed Carl to do this.
Just so sad because, like, they didn't know that he was going to do it.
I know, exactly. Carl Tanzler was the only person with the key to the mausoleum. It was equipped with electricity and a phone system where he could stand outside and talk to Elena inside.
Weird.
That's not strange at all.
That's weird.
Like, what?
She's not there, buddy.
No.
Unfortunately.
A phone system. Do you think she's going to answer back? I'm sorry. It's just a little disturbing.
I mean, I get it, because, like, whenever I go to the cemetery, I do talk to my dad.
Oh, yeah.
But
like a phone system. You don't need a whole entire phone system.
Why not just go in there and talk?
Exactly. Carl visited the mausoleum every day for 2 years. Each night, he would serenade Elena with her favorite Spanish folk song, La Boda Negra, which means the Black Wedding. The song is about a man whose love has died, and he sneaks her out of the cemetery, takes her home, and lays down with her to die.
Oh.
Yeah. And sometime in 1932, Carl did exactly that, pretty much.
No.
Yeah.
Don't listen to songs like that. Like, don't actually follow through.
Exactly. He claimed Elena's spirit visited him regularly at her grave and urged him to take her from the mausoleum.
No, Carl, I think you just have some sort of mental illness that is not diagnosed or known of in this time period. So, you need help.
Exactly.
Because you're probably schizophrenic.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, like...
Psychopath.
I'm not going to, diagnose him, but that's what it sounds like to me. Yeah. You just need help.
That is... Yeah, definitely.
That's all you need. Definitely. Just a little bit of help and you would have been fine.
He took Elena's body from the mausoleum to his home and put her in his bed. By this time, she had been dead for 2 years, and the body was in very poor condition. Carl began what would become a 7-year project of preserving Elena's body.
How does one think of this?
Exactly. And for 7 years, you're literally... I just can't. I don't even have the words. Like, what is wrong with you? Words. I can't even.
I get it. You're grieving, but, there's other ways to go about that.
Exactly.
And you're grieving over somebody who you didn't even know.
You're essentially gonna taxidermy your crush.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Like, what? I can't even. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I think taxidermy itself is just kind of creepy.
Yeah, it
With
is.
just animals.
It is, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't like it.
Freaks me out.
He replaced her eyes with glass ones.
Oh, forgot about that.
Yeah. Filled her body with rags to keep it in shape.
Oh, I forgot about that too.
Ugh. It cringes me out. And replaced her decaying skin with silk that he covered with wax and plaster.
This is making my skin crawl.
Literally. Like, making me sick.
I'm like, ugh.
He connected her bones with wire hangers.
Oh my god. Okay, that makes me hurt. That just hurts.
Sprayed her body with perfume and covered it in potpourri to mask the smell.
Which I feel like he would have needed a lot because that smell.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
what was he just dumping it on her? Like having her sit in it? Like, so messed up. This is like definitely vandalizing a corpse.
yeah,
Disrespecting the dead.
exactly.
Just so wrong.
It is. He regularly bought new clothes to put on Elena and continued to ask her every day if she would marry him. He even created a wig for her made out of her own hair that was given to him by her mother. Why did her mother have her hair, first of all? Second of all,
why would she give it to him?
Exactly. Why would she give it to him?
I have no words.
She didn't even like the dude. Come on, like, I can't.
Maybe she just felt so bad for him.
I don't even know.
Oh my gosh.
Shortly after bringing the body to his house, Carl told a friend that Elena had finally agreed to marry him.
Okay.
The friend, knowing that Elena had passed, thought Carl was joking. Carl dressed the body in a white dress and performed a wedding ceremony for the two of them. Okay.
I didn't know about that.
Do you see the resemblance of corpse
Yeah.
bride? Like, literal corpse bride. Like, what?
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
How? Okay.
He slept with the body every night and would dance around the house with it. During this time, Carl was also building an airplane.
What?
He would later claim that he planned to fly himself and Elena in his homemade plane to the, quote, stratosphere, where the radiation would rejuvenate her. What?
He needs help. Somebody get this man some help.
He's gonna take a plane to the stratosphere so she can come back to life.
Where there's apparently radiation.
I can't. What is he?
Why would radiation fix that? It would just make it worse.
Oh my god.
Have you ever played Fallout? You see what people what happens to people when they go to do radiation in there.
I don't think you would have played Fallout back then.
No, but I'm just like, I don't know. What is going on here? I'm scared.
When I seen that, I was literally just like,
I didn't
like
know
what?
about that either.
I was like, this man is crazy. This man is literally insane.
Can't even.
One day, a local boy peeked in the window of Carl Tanzler's home and saw him dancing with the body of Elena de Hoyos.
Oh, that poor boy.
I know.
He was probably scarred
I
for
know,
life.
literally.
Because just seeing a picture of it,
Exactly.
seeing it in person,
I don't even want to know. It's terrifying.
couldn't even imagine.
And also, I don't understand how these pictures are, like, available on the internet. And, like, whenever you look up the cases, it's the first thing that pops up.
Yeah.
And it's, like, you can't even avoid it at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, how is that even legal to, like, put those pictures out there? I never understood that.
I don't know either. It shouldn't be out there.
No. Or, like, Google should take it down or, like, something. You would think that they would take it down or something.
Mm.
I don't know. But there was multiple. Remember the black metal murderer? His friend?
Yeah.
And his picture was out there.
Yeah. Israel Keys is one victim's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Which I want to cover at some point.
Yeah.
But that's another one life. The toolbox murders.
Mm-hmm. Black metal murder. I already said that.
Black
Dahlia. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He told others and rumors began to swirl. The word got back to the De Hoyos family. One of Elena's sisters confronted Carl in 1940. When she entered the home, she found what she originally thought was a doll.
Oh.
When the police examined it, they found it to be the remains of Elena. Carl Tanzler was arrested, but surprisingly, he had a lot of supporters.
Oh my god.
Because what is wrong with him? That's totally normal. Yeah, totally normal, buddy.
How do you support that?
Literally. I can't even. Why? How?
How do you support somebody who desecrated a body?
Exactly.
Like, so messed up.
They were mostly women who thought that his story was romantic.
What?
Yeah.
How is that romantic?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was probably out there telling everybody, like, oh, we got married, and then, like, you know, and then I took her home or something, like, you know, like, trying to, like, undermine this whole situation or underplay the whole situation to everybody. That's what I'm thinking. Because, like, if everybody knew that she had no interest in him whatsoever, I don't think they would find that romantic. Like,
no.
I wouldn't find it romantic either way. That's terrifying. But okay.
Yeah, this is not romantic at all.
Again, whatever floats your boat, I guess.
But not this.
Yeah. Sail far away in the boat.
Fly out to the stratosphere.
Yeah, fly out into the stratosphere.
With radiation.
Have fun with the radiation. We'll see how that goes.
Is there even radiation in the stratosphere?
Probably not.
Oh gosh.
Carl was found sane to stand trial, but the statute of limitation on the mistreatment of a corpse had lapsed and he was freed.
What?
The sensational story made headlines, and Elena De Hoyo's body was... This makes me so angry. I don't even know how this was even, like, a thing. This makes me so mad. Elena De Hoyo's body was put on display where people paid $1 each to see it. It is estimated that almost 7,000 people saw the body.
What the...
Almost 3 times the population of the entire town of Key West at the time.
Why would you want to go see somebody's body like that?
Exactly. And
one, she was already disrespected for 7 years.
Exactly.
2, you're just doing it even further, and you're disrespecting her family.
Exactly. Like, what? How is that even how is that even allowed?
That should not be allowed. They should have just buried her body.
Exactly.
Arrested Carl for the rest of his life.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, Elena De Hoyos was buried in an unmarked grave so that she could finally rest in peace. This was to prevent further tampering. That makes me so sad because, like, nobody, like, unless, like, you know, probably family and stuff, you don't know where that is. Like, you don't know whose stone that is. All because she, like, she was literally on display and taken from the grave.
Yeah. And she doesn't even get to be, like, not remembered, but, like, memorialized after going through literally all of that.
Exactly. Like, I can't. Wait, okay, get this. Get this. When Carl was released from jail, he asked the police if he could have Elena's body back.
What? Oh, I just got arrested for this. You know, I went to trial and blah, blah, blah. But,
can I have the body
I
stole
have her
back?
body back that I desecrated for 7 years
exhumed and
freaking
desecrated,
disrespected?
Literally. And made into a human doll. Like, what? For 7 years?
I hope the police looked at him and was like, no.
I hope the police they should have just put him back in a cell.
Like, okay.
After that.
You know what? You turn around.
Exactly.
You're
just
going
get back in
in
there. Get back in there, buddy. You're done. Obviously, they didn't let him, clearly.
Good.
Carl returned to Zephyr Hills in 1944, where his wife supported him for the rest of his life. And I really want to know if she knew about all this. I really want to know.
Well, she had to have, because 1, it was in the news. 2, he got arrested.
That's
3,
true.
he went to trial. 4, where was he for the last 7 years?
But
he wasn't with you.
Yeah. 1950, 1944. I don't think they had, like, well, they would have had, like, newspapers and stuff, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they had newspapers back then. But, like, also, where was he for the last, like, 7 years without you?
I know, literally. Like, why would that be normal?
Were you questioning that?
Exactly. Like,
he's just out somewhere having fun, living his best life while I'm taking care of our 2 children.
Yeah. And then he comes back after 7 years, you know. What is wrong with you?
But I know, like, back then, like, it was frowned upon to get a divorce and all that stuff, so maybe she was, like, didn't want to do that, but, like, at the same time, like,
like, she supported him for the rest of his life, so
don't support him. Do not do that. Let's not.
Like, what if she didn't even know?
I feel so bad for her.
I know. And that's
terrible.
scary. You're literally in there with the freaking psychopath. Like, you're married to a psychopath and have 2 kids with him. That's insane. And terrifying. And sad.
Yeah. Wow.
Carl... Oh, I already said that. Sorry. He wrote an autobiography and received his United States citizenship in 1950. Carl Tanzler was discovered dead in his home in late July 1952. He had been dead approximately 3 weeks before he was discovered.
Oh. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, oh, wow, karma.
Yeah, karma. Literally.
But also the irony.
I know. That's insane.
Irony in that, because, like,
yeah.
What if it was Elena who did it? Made sure that he didn't get found for 3 weeks because she wanted him to experience what it was like to...
If y'all don't see my face right now, it's like pure, like, you're on to something. She's getting her revenge from beyond the grave. I already know it. You go, Elena.
Queen.
You were a queen. Yes, you were. And you always will be. Ghost and all. Also found in his home was a full-size mannequin designed to look like Elena de Hoyos.
Oh my God.
And I'm sure the wife's seen that, so.
But she had to have known.
Yeah.
She had to have.
Like, I don't even, like, she definitely would have been questioning that. Like,
yeah, but like, why do you have a mannequin of another woman?
Exactly. Like,
what is wrong with you, sir?
How long did that end up being?
39 minutes. I don't know how to process that.
Wasn't that insane? Like, that whole case was like, what? Like, that was like a whole horror movie.
Yeah,
and real
like,
case. Like, what? Like, how does that even actually happen?
And the fact that, like, he still was like that when he died.
I know. They should have locked him up forever.
Is this autobiography out there anywhere?
Probably.
I don't want to find it.
Carl Tanzler.
Yeah. I'm gonna look for it because, like, I want to see what he wrote in there.
Yeah, I know.
Not that, like, I want to buy it, but, like,
Carl
Tanzler. Auto. Not Tangled. Carl Tanzler. Oh my gosh.
He's out there.
The Lost Diary of Count von Kossel.
Not Count von Kossel.
There's a diary. It's, oh my God, on the back it says a true macabre love story.
Huh?
What?
That was no love story.
Carl.
He had to write that. He had to have.
Some call it a true love story, others the workings of a madman. In this chilling memoir, von Kossel reveals the spirits of ancestors who guided him, conversations with Elena's ghost, detailed accounts of his attempts to reconstruct and revive her, and the truth about their post-mortem wedding. This is the diary of Count Carl von Kossel, his words, his thoughts, his secrets, his tale of love, and extended beyond the grave.
What? That's a thing?
It's a thing.
Oh my god. I gotta see it. Or something. Like, what? I just want to read and see like how crazy he actually was.
That's what I want to do. I'm gonna look at the reviews.
Yeah.
Let me see. It's 174 pages.
That's 4.5 stars.
Modern day Frankenstein is what somebody said. A great read about a modern day Frankenstein kind of love. Von Cosel was a man who fell in love with a young girl. She had tuberculosis and he tried in vain to save her. He was unable and sadly she died. After she had been buried for a short time, he secretly exhumed her body or tried to preserve her. He lived with her body 7 years before someone found out. This is an account of his love story and his undying love.
Oh my god. That's insane.
Somebody else said my favorite. I am a Key West local and have to say I love the story of the creepy count and his undead bride. I'm always eager to learn more and was pleased to find this book on here. The book arrived quickly and the wrapping came in it, protected it well from the rain we've been having.
Oh.
So, oh my god, these, I'm sorry, I just have to read a couple more of these reviews because, like, what is wrong with these people?
Well, there's somebody who's actually, here's an accurate review right here.
Can I read this one really quick?
Yeah.
It's so short. A great book. Such an interesting view on a seemingly demented event. Although his madness is apparent, it's easy to get lost in the romanticism of the story. Highly recommend.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Go ahead, read yours.
I love reading about mysterious and weird things, but I found this book, The Count, particularly more disturbing and mysterious, or weird. Some people call it a story of true love. I find it more of a story of twisted obsession. Thank you. Those are the words I was looking for.
Yes.
Keeping the body with him for 7 years, feeding it. Feeding it. I didn't know he's feeding
Whoa.
it. Okay. Trying to keep it somewhat alive, sleeping next to it. Yuck. I'm sorry. For me, it was just kind of sick. Yeah, it definitely is. It's a true story, girl. Yeah, she's like disgusted by it.
There's also another one. It's Undying Love, the shocking true Key West story of a passion that defied death. And it's oh my god. No. There's an episode of a TV show called Haunted History where this is also talked about.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I can't believe there's a pocket calendar.
What?
With Carl Tanzler on it.
What? Why? What the heck? What in the fan club is happening?
Why are people... Why?
I have no
There's
idea.
another one with moon phases with him on it.
Oh my god. Why?
What is wrong with you?
Like, why did he have people supporting him? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I am scared.
Me too. Like, what in the cult is happening?
What is wrong with humans sometimes?
Seriously. But yeah. So that was that.
Wow.
I have another one. Oh, I forgot to say this, but Dora. Oh my god, what? No.
Dora the Explorer. I'm trying to be alive on 4 hours of sleep. I've been up since 6 o'clock, so I'm sorry.
Doris, not Dora, okay? Not Dora. Doris Anna Schaefer, which was Carl's wife, died at age 87 in 1977. Forgot to put that in there. But
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
When did he die?
Let me see.
I was just wondering, like, what the time frame was between when she passed away and when he passed away. Hers was 1977.
Okay. He died in July 1952, and she died in 1977.
Oh, wow. 20 years.
Yeah. He was 75.
That's crazy. And she was how old?
87.
Wow.
He outlived
So
him.
she was younger than him then.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder what the actual age gap was, because...
Does it say? Or can we calculate it?
She was 30 years old when she married him.
So she was like 20 years younger than him, huh?
Yeah. So this one's sad.
Okay.
So be prepared. And it's also like This is literally straight from like a horror / crime movie. Like, it's insane. Literally insane. This is one of the craziest cases I've ever even heard of.
Is it like along the same lines as the other one?
No.
Oh, so it's like completely different.
This one is about the Santa Claus shooter.
What?
Also known as the Covina Massacre.
Oh.
Yeah.
You like to cover massacres.
That's the second massacre I did in the past, like, 2 months. What? I don't like them, I promise.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that, but I'm just like, you just covered one like not too long ago. I did not mean it like that. I'm just like,
I know
like,
what you meant.
I know like how with me, like I cover like ones that are like similar.
Yeah.
But I didn't mean it like that, so I'm sorry.
You were doing old doctor cases for a while, and nurse cases, and now I'm doing massacres. Like, what? Okay, we'll switch it up after this, but...
Oh, yeah, my next one is sad.
Is it?
It involves kids.
Oh, this one does too. Well, one younger one, 2 teenagers, but yeah.
Yeah, so this one, the next one that I'm doing, it also happens around Christmas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Also, the little one does not die. Just a spoiler alert, just so everybody can take a deep breath out, because I know I said kids. Like, I said a young one, so everyone... Okay. Well, it's not, but... but it is. Okay. For you guys. Okay. Bruce Pardo and Sylvia Ortega started the new year in 2006 with all signs pointing to a bright future. An upcoming marriage, a combined income of about $150,000, a $500,000 home, and a beloved dog, Saki.
Oh, that's cute.
I know. It's cute.
It's also like, this is so recent.
Yeah.
Like, 2006 wasn't, well, it was almost 20 years ago. But to
like,
me, it doesn't seem that long ago, because I'm like, I don't know. It seems just like yesterday.
It does.
In a way.
They married in January 2006, but within the first year, their marriage fell apart.
Aww.
Bruce refused to open a joint bank account with Sylvia. He also expected his wife to use her own finances to take care of her own 3 children. So I understand why she's divorcing him, but
that's your children together.
Exactly. There is some speculation that the divorce may have also been caused by Bruce concealing a child from a previous relationship for which he did not pay child or spousal support.
Oh.
So clearly he's not a very good person.
No, not a good father at all.
No. By fall 2008, Bruce was asking a judge to have his ex-wife pay him support and cover his attorney's fees. Yeah, okay. Like, she's gonna, pay me my monthly allowance. For what? You do nothing for anybody. You don't do nothing for your kids. Like,
if
why?
anything, you should be the one paying child support.
Exactly.
Not getting paid.
Literally.
To not take care of children.
I don't know what goes through people's heads sometimes. Like, what?
I don't know either.
Like,
what is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
Like, let's talk about it. Actually, let's not talk about it. We're already talking
about
it.
In June 2008, a divorce court ordered Bruce to pay $1,785 a month in spousal support. During the divorce proceedings, Bruce confided to a friend his wife was, quote, taking him to the cleaners.
Oh.
First of all, that's a stupid quote. And second of all, what an a-hole.
Right? Like, wow.
Literally.
I don't like him.
Me either. In July, Bruce, who had no criminal record or history of violence, was fired from his job as an electrical engineer at ITT Corporation Electronic Systems Radar Systems.
That's such a long name.
It is, holy crap.
How many times are they going to say systems in there?
Seriously.
Just name it systems.
I know. Or at least just use the letters. That's a long name.
Like acronym it.
But yeah, he got fired for billing false hours.
It probably means that he was falsifying his time card and making it seem like he was working whenever he really wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And that is fraud.
Yes.
It's occupational fraud.
I know someone who did that in high school and they got fired for it.
Gosh.
At Walmart.
Never do that. Never do that.
He was clocking in like an hour or two earlier than he was supposed to, just so he could get the money. And then he got caught for it and he got fired.
Wow.
So. Karma's up.
Cue JoJo Siwa.
Cue JoJo Siwa dance.
Yeah, that's what that means. It just means that he was faking his time card and making it seem like he was actually working when he wasn't.
The divorce court suspended the support payments due to financial hardship. Of course. However, as a part of the divorce settlement, Bruce was required to pay his ex-wife $10,000, and she was permitted to keep her wedding ring and family dog.
Good, she got to keep the dog.
Bruce complained to the court that Sylvia was living with her parents, not paying rent, and had spent lavishly on a luxury car, gambling trips to Vegas, meals at expensive restaurants, massages, and golf lessons. Bruce and Sylvia finalized their divorce a week prior to the attack. That's gonna happen.
Well, also, like, she had to buy a new car because she's taking care of your kids.
Exactly. Like,
she is rewarding herself because she has kids.
She's allowed to do things.
She's allowed to do things.
Like, seriously.
You're just jealous.
I know.
That's what it sounds like to me.
He's just mad because he doesn't have the money and she does, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's probably the only thing. Because he wanted her to pay him and he ended up paying her, so.
Wow.
45-year-old Bruce Pardo's downward slide ended on Christmas Eve, when he did the unimaginable, literally, because it sounds like a made-up story, again, because, like, what is wrong with you?
My next case happens on Christmas Eve.
Does it? Oh, no.
Yeah.
We're getting into the Christmas cases. Okay, listen to this. Armed with the homemade flamethrower.
How do you make a flamethrower?
He put 2 tanks together. I put it in here somewhere. I'll tell you.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And gun. He headed over to his in-laws' house. Because he's a salty, bitter ex.
Move on.
Exactly.
Get a job that pays you.
Literally.
Make your own money. Get over it.
Stop being a terrible person.
Right?
Except he doesn't. He becomes a even horrible person.
Ugh.
Even more horrible person. In the dining room of their Covina home, Joseph, aka Papa Joe, Ortega, his wife of 53 years, and their children had been playing cards after Christmas Eve dinner.
53 years.
Mm-hmm. Their grandchildren played video games and hung out near the backyard pool. On the second floor, the Ortega's 17-year-old grandson, Michael, was playing on the computer. There was a knock on the front door. Okay, this is so sad. I literally almost made me cry. There was a knock on the front door and the squeal of an 8-year-old girl happily crying, "Santa Claus! Santa Claus!"
I know this case.
Seconds later, the girl was shot in the cheek by a man dressed as Santa Claus, and 2 of her uncles also fell to the ground wounded. The Ortegas and 3 of their daughters, including the gunman's ex-wife, the gunman. Why did I say the gunman? But,
Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce. Bruce's ex-wife dived under the dining room table for cover, but it was no use. The Ortegas, 4 of their children, 2 daughters-in-law, and the teenager at the computer would all die in the hands of Bruce Jeffrey Pardo. Because he's a literally crazy, terrible, awful, disgusting human being. The survivors among the 25 to 30 people celebrating Christmas Eve with the Ortegas have not spoken publicly. But law enforcement sources close to the investigation confirmed many of their relatives' descriptions, providing a clear picture of what happened inside the house. The relatives paint a horrific scene of a gunman bent on carrying out executions and relatives struggling not only to escape but to save their loved ones during the panic. Adults were at the front of the house because people were beginning to leave, making them especially vulnerable in the attack, sources say. Sources say. Okay. According to relatives, one of the Ortega's son, Charles, recognized Bruce after he shot the 8-year-old and his older brother James. It's Bruce. At least one person reportedly cried. Charles Ortega was shot after his brother James was hit. Irma Chapa Ortega, a first cousin to the adult Ortega children who lives in Mexico, said James and Charles Ortega struggled to get up even after they were wounded. Even bloodied, they got up and stood up, she said. They tried to grab him to stop him, but they couldn't. The older Ortegas, Joseph, 80, Alicia, 70, and their 3 daughters slipped under the dining room table along with at least one daughter-in-law, Teresa, Chapa Ortega said. She said that she had been in contact with some of the survivors. Someone screamed, "Run, run." The Ortegas may have been killed while in the dining room, along with 2 of their daughters, Sylvia and Alicia. The only one of their children to survive was Leticia, the mother of the wounded 8-year-old girl, who, according to a 911 tape, had briefly hidden under the table. "I heard shots," Leticia told the police dispatcher in the 911 call. "Everyone started panicking and running, and we all dove under the dining room table." Chapa Ortega said her cousin Leticia made a break for it after seeing her wounded daughter stagger out of the house. A source close to the investigation said that although Bruce shot her in the face, the child may have saved herself by turning her head at the last moment.
So, scary.
That was a miracle that she didn't. That's so terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
The bullet struck her along the side of her jaw, said the source, who spoke on the condition. Relatives and the source said it was possible that Bruce had lifted the girl before shooting her. Some of the adults grabbed children and carried them out. Investigators believed that almost all the younger people were saved because they were in the back of the house, closer to the television, possibly playing video games. When Bruce decided to open fire with his homemade stuff. Although the 8-year-old girl was wounded, as was a 16-year-old girl who was shot in the back, the only minor killed in the attack was Michael Ortiz, the 17-year-old who was sitting at the computer on the second floor. Chapa Ortega said Michael was apparently killed by the explosion or fire started by 2 tanks that Bruce had fused together to create a device capable of quickly engulfing the home in fire.
Oh my god.
A law enforcement source said it appears that Michael was killed as a result of the fire or explosion and was not shot. Michael Ortiz's mother, Alicia Ortiz, the daughter of Joseph and Alicia Ortega, was also killed. The house was completely engulfed in flames and destroyed. 10 innocent people dead and 3 were injured. Because he's literally an insane person. I can't.
You're just, jealous, upset, whatever,
yes.
And you're just I'm going to kill the whole family. What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
There's no reason to do that.
Exactly. Bruce Pardo, whose murderous rampage was apparently triggered by his divorce from the Ortega's daughter Sylvia, and also probably because the whole money thing.
Mm-hmm.
He snapped. He's insane.
Oh my god. Just so crazy to think about.
Yeah. He had planned to escape and had bought a plane ticket to Illinois. But he was badly burned in the explosion and ensuing fire with 2nd and 3rd degree burns on his arms.
Great job.
Good job. It's like that one case whenever he set himself on fire on accident.
Mm-hmm.
He drove 40 miles to his brother's home in Silmar, where he... Oh, okay. Trigger warning. Suicide. If you just want to skip 10 seconds.
Okay.
He drove 40 miles to his brother's home in Silmar, where he committed suicide. Los Angeles County Coroner's Lieutenant Fred Corral, said there was an exit wound at the top of his head, suggesting... Okay, I'm not going to talk about that because I just realized that I said skip 10 seconds instead of 20. But yeah. Yeah, if you want to just skip 10 seconds, go ahead. I'll just finish that sentence. Trigger warning again. Suggesting he put the gun in his mouth before pulling the trigger. It could take as long as 6 weeks for a... Oh my god, I cannot talk today.
You got this.
My brain is just dead right now.
I believe in you.
My brain is literally dead.
I'm getting there. Got this.
It was determined that no drugs or alcohol was in his system. So, yeah. He wanted to kill everyone, even his own mom, Chapa Ortega said angrily Tuesday. A monster. That man is a monster. He killed good, hard-working people who had many friends and who loved the United States. End quote. And also, apparently, a Silent Night remake of the 1984 film Silent Night, Deadly Night has a central plot that bears great resemblance to this story.
Wow.
And also, Polystyrene, the lead singer of X-Ray Specs. Never heard of them before.
Never heard of them either.
Recorded a song in 2010 called Black Christmas, which contains references to this massacre.
Wow.
So, yeah. That's all I could find on that. What is wrong with him? Like, yeah. If I missed anything, though, or you guys want to correct me, go to the discussion group.
Yeah. Go to the discussion group and all that stuff. And yeah, wow. I definitely feel like I get the same way whenever I do, like, especially with the toolbox murders. I, like, towards the end, like, the second episode, I was like, I'm struggling here.
Yeah.
I was like, I am so sorry. Like, it's so hard to talk for a long time sometimes.
Yep.
Because, like, then your brain just stops working. But, yeah, that's... Wow.
So that was those.
So, if you would like to let us know more information you find or heard or things we might have missed, or if you want to correct us or whatever you want to talk about, please go to our discussion group on Facebook called Dreadfully Twisted Podcast Discussion Group. You can also follow, like, share, comment, DM our social medias, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, at Dreadfully Twisted Podcast. This is where you can send us your stories, whether it's true crime or paranormal, or recommend us cases or topics to cover. You can also email us at dreadfullytwistedpodcast@gmail.com. Please send us your stories to our email or post on our Reddit group as well. Like, our Reddit group is r/dreadfullytwistedpod. You can also rate the podcast page or like, download, comment on each episode wherever you listen to podcasts at, wherever you listen to this at. You can also listen to Dreadfully Twisted on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Samsung Podcast, Amazon Music, Podcast Index, Listen Notes, and YouTube. And please share our podcast with friends and family. It helps us stay relevant with the podcast and get out there and get in the charts and everything. And as always, please rate us 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. It really helps us out. It really helps us out. And we really appreciate it. And yeah, we hope you continue to listen. We hope you have more people listen. And
yes. Send us to your friends and family.
Yes. And don't be like these people.
Yes, please do not.
Do not. Be a good person.
Yes, be a good person.
Be kind. It takes nothing.
Exactly.
Be a decent human being. Look out for your friends. And make sure they don't have a dead body in their house.
Yeah. That would be a good thing to do.
We'll see you guys next week.
We love you.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, also, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. If you celebrate Thanksgiving. And because, Thanksgiving was last week.
Yes.
Yep. So,
happy Thanksgiving.
Okay. Now, bye.